So today I'd like to discuss Unreal Engine, and this is a tutorial called Marble Run that I did from Game Dev TV, and this little marble's going around, and it's trying to get in the hole, which is a classic game that I remember playing as a child. And I'm trying to get it in the hole here. It's got this built-in physics stuff, and go on in there. There you go. And you'll see it's not leaving the maze, even though you'd think it would bounce out. Oh, there you go. Boop, bye-bye. It left through the hole. That means I won. It's not leaving the maze because I added some glass, which I think is kind of cool, where I added this glass here, and then it bounces off the glass. Now, this is the very first part of the very first Unreal Engine tutorial from this site, Game Dev TV, and I'm really liking it. I think that the teacher on there is like really good because you could tell when there's a good teacher by usually it's a calm gentle voice or something, and they're not like mean or whatever, and then it's just like a very calm dude and going through these blueprints. So I wanted to discuss the idea of blueprints. So this Unreal Engine uses C++ and also can use blueprints. And that tutorial that I'm doing is the blueprint course, the very first one. And I first was poo-pooing blueprints when I was first exposed to them. I was doing Unreal Engine about a year and a half ago, and I was almost like, why would I do that, And then the thinking is, Unreal uses C++, which is a powerful language, and so why not just use C++? But one thing I didn't think about is, when I was doing this tutorial, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'll just try it, right? See how it goes. I joined a little group where we're doing Unreal Engine and other languages and stuff, and I'm like, this is kind of cool. Let's just do what everybody else is doing and see how it goes, right? But with the blueprints, you cannot have an error. So it's really cool. Like if you try and connect something to something that isn't appropriate. So let's say on actor end, and I don't know, let's just go animation sharing enabled. And I try to stuff this red thing into here. It's going to say that doesn't work like that, buddy. You can't do that. Okay, so I'm just going to hit escape and then delete that. And the thinking is that is really cool because in C++ you can just start typing stuff that doesn't make sense to the computer, and then you get what's called a compile time error. So these blueprint things are a great way, at least from my experience so far, to learn the terminology and vocabulary of the engine, and that increases confidence and exposure, right? So what's a persistent level? What's an actor? All that stuff you're learning in a safe way without worrying about errors. Get mouse X. Well, that's good because, you can use get mouse X in C++ as well, and clamp and all that. I've done that before with my bubblegum tutorial in the past, but that was older version Unreal, so I'm kind of giving it another shot. So compile button done, and I just love it. I think it's really a great way to learn the ropes in a sense by literally drawing ropes. That's kind of funny. And overall, I'm really excited about doing more of this Game Dev TV course. I got it super cheap on a Humble Bundle. So if you can get tutorials on humblebundle.com to save money, it's good. And my thoughts on tutorials in general is, there's going to be times when you're doing a tutorial and it doesn't match up. For example, the tutorial I did was primarily for Unreal Engine 4. So I had to kind of do a couple Google searches to find out how to fix some things. For example, like the collision for the maze to the ball wasn't out of the box compatible with the tutorial at first, so I had to read the little addendum document thing and then make some changes. But if you're really not willing to do that, then you're going to have a real tough time. You're going to burn out quick. So I would say only do a couple subsections of a tutorial a day, and go at your own pace, of course, and then be willing to debug the tutorial itself in a sense, because you're going to have to do it in your own games anyway. So I wouldn't stress too much. Now, it would be nice if every tutorial was permanently perfect, for every single I'm gonna play again. There we go. For every like thing that you're doing, but it's not going to be like that. You're going to have problems in tutorials, and so just suck it up and fix it. And that's part of the debugging process. And sometimes you actually have to drop a tutorial altogether if there's too many bugs and incompatibilities, and try a different one, and then revisit it once your coding skills increases and you can debug that tutorial even deeper. And then there becomes like an almost a meshing of your knowledge, and like from a subconscious level, you're like, oh, I already know what that is. And then so you kind of search the correct things, or you Google the correct things and find what you're looking for without really necessarily putting too much brain effort into it. So just do your stuff, learn it, and then I think that this is a great start, and I'm definitely excited about doing the next one. So pretty pumped up about that.